I do this video for Memorial Day. It's not very sunny today. It's kind of cloudy, and it's kind of been kind of a somber day. Memorial Day is a day to look back at those you've lost. Originally, it's to look back at the veterans who have died for our country, but a lot of people I know recognize it as just a holiday, as people recognizing people that have passed away throughout the years that you really cared about. And a lot of people have a hard time dealing with death or the anniversaries of death of people that have passed away. I think when you lose somebody that is close to you or was close to you, very close to you, you don't really ever fully get over it. You just learn to live with the loss. And I think today a lot of people honor the people that they have lost due to anything, whether it's cancer or a car accident or a heart attack, or maybe they were murdered or they died in service. And I'm going to look back at my own loss and my own losses. Just this year, I lost my grandpa, John Dudgan. He pronounces his last name different than we do. We spell it Dunggan. He spelled it Duggan. And he had lymphoma for 11 years, and he finally passed away in 2012, and he was in his 80s, and but I still miss him. I had a lot of special moments with him. He was really funny. He taught me a lot about life, and it's kind of hard to, to realize he's not there anymore. My grandma has Alzheimer's. His wife, she is now in a nursing home, so it's kind of hard losing your grandparents. I thought I'd do a special video for him because he meant a lot to me and still does. He's in heaven, I think. Heaven in a better place, and he's no longer suffering, but I still miss him. And it's hard to lose somebody you love. A couple years back, I lost a friend or a stepfather, foster father, Don. He passed away in his sleep, and he was about 48 or 49 years old, and that was hard because he was a really good friend. We moved to Oregon from Lincoln, Nebraska, and we had lived in Lincoln City for a year, and on Halloween night he passed away, and later we found his body in the living room, passed out, and we didn't know if he was asleep or dead. Found out he passed away, and I miss him very much, and it's hard to deal with that he's not here. He's no longer going to be there. He won't be there in the future. So it's kind of hard. I mean, he meant a lot to me. He taught me a lot about life, and there were a lot of things I wanted to tell him that I can't, and a lot of things I wanted to show him that I can't, and it's really hard. A lot of people throughout their lives go through loss, whether it's death or a loss of a job or a loss of pet or some kind of loss, and we all at moments we'll have our moment of grieving, and anniversary dates like Memorial Day or the birthdays or day they passed away are very hard to deal with, and I'm still trying to deal with death and stuff. I have a lot of people I admire that they've gone through so much loss, and yet they stand up tall. And there are a lot of famous people and a lot of people I know personally that have had more loss than me, and I admire them. They're my heroes. And also I want to make this video to honor those who have died for our freedoms and the freedom we have today. But not only that, but to recognize that people we've lost, and that someday in the future we'll see them in heaven, hopefully. No matter what, I don't know what your beliefs is, but I believe there's a heaven and that someday we'll see them. Maybe not now, but in heaven. And if you're having a good time today, that's great. If you're having a hard time dealing with loss and dealing with anniversary dates, you can always talk to me about it. I've been planning on doing this video for quite some time, and I didn't know how it would go down. I just want to do it for my grandfather, and that, he was an honorable man. He was too young to serve in World War II, so he did service there. He worked in Boston most of his life. He had 6 kids, 3 girls, 3 boys, my dad. He was always at my cousin's games. He never couldn't go to my games because I was in Nebraska and he lived in Boston, New England area, but he was always at his grandchildren's games, watching them play sports. He was a very supportive grandpa. I had a lot of happy memories with him. He took me to the museum one summer, museums, and he always wanted the best for his kids and his grandkids, and I'm sure he's watching down on us right now and smiling, hopefully. And I know that Don's smiling on me too as well. And I know a lot of other people are too. A lot of people don't know how to deal with death, and it's hard to deal with losing somebody. And a lot of people have different ways of grieving, and a lot of people have different ways of celebrating and honoring the life of somebody that they lost. When I think of that, I think of how some people can come up with creative ideas, like making an album like Roger Waters did for his dad. Roger Waters has dedicated a lot of his music to his father, who passed away when Roger was very young. I also, a lot of people I know have made YouTube videos for people they have lost. Sometimes they'll do portraits, and a lot of my friends will go and get a tattoo in honor of the person they've lost. In high school, we had this guy who lost his brother, and he got a tattoo of his name, and some people get their portrait tattooed. There's a lot of ways people deal with it, and it's a cultural thing. A lot of people, in some cultures, they don't allow crying at the funeral because it's a celebration of a new life. And some people view death as it's not over yet. Like Hindus believe in reincarnation of the people, and Hindus, that's what they believe. Um, Back in the ancient Egyptian days, um, temples were built for pharaohs for their afterlife, where they'd had all their stuff, and that's what the afterlife was going to be like. Um, a lot of people have different views on what's going to be in the afterlife, like what's on how death is handled. Um, some more positive than others, and today is the weekend to look back and honor those have gone before us, and um, realize that death is a part of life. Benjamin Franklin said there's two unavoidable things: death and taxes. So not really pleasant things to look forward to, death and taxes. But also Memorial Day celebration doesn't have to be too splashy. A lot of people have grills. A lot of people go to graveyards. One year to honor a fallen soldier that had passed away years ago in World War One. Our family got together on my grandpa's side, and even though he had passed away years before, we honored his life and sacrifice to our country. I was 9 years old and I didn't understand the significance of it, but my dad has his pocket watch, and he told me keeps telling me about that story, and originally this was to look back at the soldiers that have passed away for our freedom. So I have a brother who's serving the reserves right now, and he wants to get into the full army thing, so I get kind of concerned about that kind of things, that if he serves overseas, what's going to happen. And yeah, as an older sister, it's a concern, but never. He's always wanted to do the army thing for years, but I'm doing this for my grandpa, and just looking back at, I miss my friend Dawn very much, and yeah. Anyway, have a great Memorial Day. Whatever you do, don't do anything stupid. Don't go drinking and driving and anything like that. Make comments and leave any remarks. Tell me how your Memorial weekend was, and thank you.